Update. That one cat that I was supposed to get, Nutmeg. One cat. The one cat that I was going to have. Turns out, I'm allergic to that cat. I have been around a lot of cats, and I've liked every single one of them. I never broke into hives. My eyes never itched. Nothing. But somehow, the one cat that I'm able to get, that's the one that I'm allergic to. I didn't think at first I was allergic to the cat because, hey, maybe it's just dust in my eye or some such like that. Whatever. I'm sure that'll work out. No. I was allergic to the cat. Apparently a certain amount of dander, a certain amount of saliva, things like that, they're able to make you break into hives or have itchiness and whatnot. And basically you could be allergic to one specific cat effectively. I'm not sure if it's just the individual cat. If so, that's just some fucking rotten luck that I have. Or it could be the simple fact that the species that she is, cat species, I don't know. I'm just allergic to it. I've seen black cats, calico cats, a whole bunch of cats, fat cats, long cats, just... How am I allergic to the one cat that I'm able to get? And yeah, I can go to the shelter to go get a cat, and I've been thinking about it, but I don't have so many things. I don't have the money for it. I was barely gonna have the money for Nutmeg as is, but I was gonna make it work. But here, I just don't. It's a setback. And it makes me really sad, because just what else can I do, you know? I couldn't keep her. So I had to give her back. Gave her back to my friend and everything, and just... I don't have a cat. Not gonna have one this year. I don't want one this year if it's gonna be like this, you know what I'm saying? That cat had so many things attached to it that made it easier to just kind of get that cat. The medical records, the fact that they weren't a kitten anymore. I can't take kittens. I have too many wires. The simple fact that they had all their toys together. They already had a bit of a personality that people knew about, and they could tell me. She was super affectionate. Just everything wrapped together into what I wanted for a cat. And I'm just allergic to it. I'm just allergic to the cat. This is the one fatal flaw in the whole entire thing. It sucks. This really sucks. I was never really sure about my preparedness to get a cat, but I was happy to get the cat. It felt like it was the right thing at the right time at the right place. It felt like things were not going to be so lonely. When you have both your girlfriends live far away, when you have people that you love and everything just not be here quite often, and just you're kind of separated from a lot of people, that just gets to you. I like having people around my house. I like being able to host parties and do things and have a good time. I like doing that. I like hanging out with people. But I don't always have the time. They don't always have the time. I don't have a lot of things to do here that I want to do for them. You know, just like, it just sucks so hard because just like that was something that I could bring over and they could live with me and I could just have a good time like that. But no, instead I'm in this empty house with all this garbage and like, hey, my room's clean. That's cool. That's a neat little side effect, but it just makes it more empty. It just does. Like, I was going to clean that room out anyway because I want things to happen in certain ways and degrees, and I'm hoping they still do. But that's ultimately on somebody else, not me. It's not on me on if the room is going to be used for something else. And I wish I could just be someone that has the helm, you know? That's what I want. I want to be able to be in control of my life completely. And it gets bigger, but then limits. It's a weird thing. And I don't know why that is. I don't know why that whole situation is, because every time I think about like doing this or that, I can't. Because if I do work more hours, I will lose my insurance. And I can't have that. That means that effectively, I won't be able to pay for anything like the surgery that I had or like the top surgery that I want to get or get bottom surgery. I can't do that. And if I can't do that, I'm never going to be able to get it because I don't have that kind of money. So I have to not work that much in order to keep my insurance. I can work more, and I do plan to actually work more, but I can't work that much. I don't get to do that much. I could go a little bit. And like, for the most part, I was not working as much as I could because my grandma, but she's gone. So, yeah. That effectively means I don't have a reason to just not work those hours and whatnot. And there's a lot of expenses that come up and everything, and it'd be better just to have the money instead. So I need to be doing that. And I don't know how much I'm going to work extra and whatnot, and that's fine. This is just a daily grind thing, and I've been saved a lot of that daily grind when it comes to just the pointlessness of life and everything. And look, I feel y'all. I do. Every time I worked 3 days a week, I felt miserable because like around the third day, it just felt entirely hopeless. And there was just so much soullessness into it. And it pissed me off every time I saw the same customer come in and get like a cigarette or alcohol or something like that. And it's just like, how the fuck do these people continue to live the way they do? I don't get it. I do not get people that are into their abusive lifestyle the way that they do. And I don't mean that in a judgmenty way. I mean that in like, how do you keep going? How does that work? Like, you just decide to settle on this and the pain's just enough to keep going? It's weird to me. It's very, very weird to me. But like, I could definitely see how that happens, I guess. I could see myself eventually just want to do some substance abuse because I'm working too much. And work is just, it's not what humans are supposed to do. And I know that may sound controversial to some whack jobs out there. That's the truth. People do like to work on things they like Wikipedia management and like various things with books and everything, and just like teaching other people how to do this or that, or like making art and everything. They like doing that. That makes sense. Humans are meant to create and communicate and explore and make things easier for each other. That's something that makes sense. Cooking for somebody else, that makes sense. I'm not saying that like cooking is like something that people should do, like everyone should just go out and be fast food people and all that such and such. No, 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 no. I just mean it in the sense that like there's purpose in work beyond getting money. And capitalism has made it to the point where getting money is the main purpose, not the work itself. So when you add that on top of America's system of just no vacations and no like corporate takeover, just into this big old union busting situation where people don't get to have enough free time and they overwork all the fucking time and everyone just has to deal with it, is such a fucking cathartic mess that is capitalism. And like, there's no way that I'm escaping from that. Not without somebody else's help. I can't. And the only reason why I was able to grasp my way out of it is because of my unique situation. And that's cool that I haven't been able to get that. And it's cool that I'm able to do more artsy fartsy things and everything like that. But there's just so much to do in terms of taking care of this house, in terms of just all the CEO stuff and just doing it all together by yourself and trying to figure out what you want to do and just how it goes. And just like, is this whole situation where it constantly feels like I'm taking steps back. And it feels like every time I try to make myself better, I go a bit more, body holds back. My situation gets slightly worse or some other degree and some such. And I get that that's like part of the daily grind in that way, in that regard. And like, that's cool and all. I mean, not cool, but you know, I do get it. I don't know how it feels, but I do get it. It's not something that people should have. And I would love for people to fight for a 4-day week because that makes sense to me. I've worked 4-day weeks. They're not the best, but they're there. They could do it. And just, why can't I just have a damn cat? You know? I feel like I'm not asking for a lot. I ask for so many things. To have my loved ones here, to be able to work this house to a certain degree, to have air conditioning, to do all these things and whatnot when it comes to medical care and this and that. I can ask for all of those things. I want them, obviously. But fuck, why can't I just have that cat? It's some weird divinity bullshit. I thought because the opportunity arose, I would get it, and no, I don't get it. I had that cat for 1 day. Every time I went in to that room, the cat was super affectionate, wanted to headbutt my hand. They always rolled down and I could like just like pet them all over and everything. And just like, it was nice to have. But every time I stayed a little bit longer, and a little bit longer, and a little bit longer, my throat would close up a little bit. It'd be harder to breathe. My eyes would get itchy and I want to scratch them really bad. I would have like rashes pop up and I would have to scratch them. There just wasn't a way out of it. And talking to my friends and talking to the owners, the previous owners, I should say, they're like, yeah, if the cat is stressing you out with hives or anything like that, or if they're making you this or that, it's not worth keeping them, and it makes things worse and everything. And it's just like, yeah, that's cool. I get that. And I appreciate the words and kindness and everything, but I just wanted a cat. That's really it. There are so many things in this life that are so hard right now for so many people. The fact that Roe versus Wade is being contested right now, and the fact that the possibility that we're going to start having like unsafe abortion coat hangers, various things like that, because people are just like, hey, that's not your body. That is this baby that is trying to live. How dare you violate that? But then at the same time, at the exact same time, just be like, I'm not going to wear a mask because that violates my rights. I'm not going to take the vaccine because it violates my rights. Just the sheer hypocrisy of it. And the fact that so many people out there just generally are just that selfish that they just can't even do that. I don't know how people go through this world and think there's hope. People my generation and down don't think there's hope. We don't. There isn't. It's a human extinction event. There's a reason why a lot of people don't want kids anymore. There's a reason why people have disdain for everything and are being more politically active in everything. Because there isn't hope. And we're trying to find it. We're trying to do the best that we can. And just generally speaking, there isn't any. So when these smaller things happen and just things like that, and it's just like, can't be granted this one little bit of happiness, it hits a little bit in the sense that just like, when will it get better? And while my life has gotten better, it's definitely been a bit shit. I'm momentarily happy. I am happy in the sense that I have someone to love and people that love me. But that happiness could be taken so easily and so fast because just a few people just don't care. They just care about not doing things their way. And they have to politicize everything. It's just tiring. It is. I know we're all in that. We're all dealing with it. I don't know what else to say. I really don't. Sayonara. Bye-bye.